Out of the bunker, zero dark 30, folks. Shit has hit the fan and it's getting worse. But most people don't know it. They don't know it. They don't see it. They don't detect it. Do you? Well, if you're here on this channel, something was wrong. Something wasn't quite right. And you knew it. You felt it. You thought it. You believed it. And so you're here. And I want to thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're part of the preparedmind.club or subscribestar.com crew, where you pay a $2 premium, folks. 7 cents a day? What's that? 7 cents a day. It supports this channel. That's what that does. It does, because there's so many of you out there. 7 cents a day helps pay for everything we do. So what are we going to do this morning? What are we talking about? Assassinations. We got a bunch of asses out there performing or trying to perform assassinations. So let's talk about it a little bit. Right, we have heard since this Russian war start, we have heard again and again, assassinations. Oligarchs, folks, that means very rich people in Russia, have been killed, assassinated. In other words, they're killed for political purposes. These weren't just petty revenges or squabbles. These are very important people. They've had their billions of dollars stolen, their mega $1 million yachts taken from them around the world, and then these political slash business figures have been killed. Unbelievable, folks. It really is unbelievable to see this sort of thing happening. But it's gotten worse. It has become more aggressive. Right? Now, it's not just, sometimes, folks, it's one person. In other cases with these Russian oligarchs, it's been entire families. That's right, entire families. Husbands, wives, children even. Children even. What did we have just a few weeks ago? We had the voice of Russia, right? A Russian, shall we say, Rush Limbaugh type, or shall we say Warren Buffett type? You know, the voice, when someone sees someone and they go, yep, that's how them Americans are. Well, this was, yep, that's how them Russians are. Well, the belief was the attempt was to assassinate him, but it went wrong, and instead the car bomb blew up his daughter. Car bomb. And I thought, well, assassinations, that's how these things go. Well, guess what? Yesterday, there was an assassination attempt on Putin. That's right, folks. Assassinations aren't just for little people anymore. Incredible. Someone tried using a car to ram into Vladimir Putin and kill him. Now, all you have to do is go back over 4 years. There was an assassination attempt that wasn't called an assassination attempt. There was an attempt to kill Putin. Someone drove across the center lane and tried crashing into Putin's car and killing him that way. That's right, folks. It wasn't called an assassination then, but anyone with half a brain knew exactly what that was. Well, it was attempted again. And if you've ever heard of tit for tat, right? Guess what happened? Between yesterday's attempt on Putin and me speaking to you now, the little man himself, Volodymyr Zelensky, leader of Ukraine, savior of the world, intelligentsia, and yeah, I'm being a smartass. This is satire. Except I'm going to bring and introduce facts. That's right, folks. Voldemort coming back from talking to the troops. What a great guy talking to the troops. I'm sure they just love seeing his little ass, or his little candied ass. And I'm sure his little ass is candy to the World Economic Forum. I'm sure they just love eating that little guy up. Sick little, they're all a bunch of sick fucks. Anyways, Zelensky, I'm sure the troops just love dying for him while he goes on vacation in Italy with his wife, who probably isn't really his wife, because we know he's a little bit light in the loafers, and he's he's a fine monkeypox candidate. Yep, Zelensky's driving back from talking to the troops, and guess what? Someone ran into him Well, Ukraine officials are saying, well, he was not seriously injured. What's that mean? He's seriously injured. They didn't say anything about him being dead because he's not seriously injured, which means he's seriously injured. Assassination attempt? Tit for tat? This for that? Quid pro quo? Do unto others as they do unto you? That's right, folks. It's getting pretty darn nasty. Now, I want to take us back in history. Right? Let's just look at how wars started. And we, of course, go right to World War I. Archduke Francis Ferdinand. Idiot extraordinaire. If history has taught me correctly, that is to say that there was an attempt on the Archduke within 24 hours before the actual one where he was killed. Right? There was an assassination attempt. And they didn't learn from that. They took, I guess, the same route via motor carriage. And the second time, within 24 hours, he was killed. In other words, assassinations are nothing new. And they're used for political purposes, and they often result in war. Do you think that Vladimir Putin is going to take this lightly? Folks, I don't like being threatened. No, let me rephrase that. I don't like a threatening look. I don't like someone trying to mad dog me. I think that they can stare me down, right? That's a threat. It's small, very small, but a threat nonetheless. It's like, well, if you think you're going to mad dog me, what do you think is going to happen next? Right? If you can do that, do you think you can come up and push me? Do you think you can come up and ask for my lunch money? Do you think you can come up to me and hit me? Do you think that you can, beat the shit out of me and I'm not going to respond? Right? What level do you start responding? Well, let's take the game a little bigger, right? It's not just an individual. No. It's far more than that. Right? Trying to kill Putin is trying to kill Russia. What Russia is. Now, of course, there's Lavrov, there's Medvedev, and you should know those Russian political names. They're very powerful, very Russian, very intelligent, very experienced Russian politicians and administrators. They would be able to replace Putin. They wouldn't be quite as smart or quite as cool, but damn, literally, what's the difference? What's the difference? What's the difference? That was interesting. Gotta love police action in the middle of the night. What's the difference between 150 IQ and 160 IQ? Right? They're fucking smart dudes. Now, if we shall. Attempting, right, mad dogging someone, staring at someone, talking shit, threatening them is one thing. Actually taking action against them is quite another. Trying to kill Putin is a serious event. And it borders on an act of war. It truly does. If someone tried killing me, I would consider that a very personal act of war. And if someone said, well, don't take it personal, John, we're just trying to kill you. No, this has started wars and trying to kill Putin again this way. And then the response is, well, someone just happens to run right into Zelensky. Right? We're very close. If this continues, then I consider this a very, shall we say, poor attempt on Putin. Or Putin, his driver, they're aware of these sort of things, and he was able to once again avoid being taken out in a car move. But what if they are more successful? What if Putin is seriously injured? What if he's killed? What is the response going to be? Now, My idea is if I'm going to start staring someone down, that means I need to be ready for the next step. You get into a shit talking match, you get ready for the next step. Someone's going to get fucked up. Right? There comes a point where you cross the line and you don't get to go back. Well, unless you're willing to say, yeah, I screwed up, sorry. Or, you know what, I don't think fighting is going to be a good move for me. I mean, you could say, well, fighting wouldn't be a good move for either of us. We're both going to get fucked up. Well, at some point, someone's going to say, I've had it with you toying with me. And in this case, this instance, trying to assassinate Putin, he may say, you know, I'm tired of you dicking with me. Tired of you guys screwing with me. This is an invitation, folks, to war. And we've had already plenty of threats, plenty of mad dog, and plenty of shit talking. Plenty of getting pushed around. Now, I will say, thankfully, Putin is very reserved, very intelligent, cool-headed. He hasn't fallen for any, shall we say, attempts to lure him into doing something that could be interpreted as rash. But I think the time is coming when that will all end. And at some point, Putin's going to throw down. And there will be a serious retaliation. Already, European nations, especially Germany, have pissed him off to the point where he's going to make them suffer. And sadly, civilians will die because of the politicians' decisions. That's right. Civilians are going to die. They're going to freeze to death. They're going to starve. It's very serious business, folks. Are you prepared? Chance favors the prepared mind. If you've got food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, and a means of self-defense, if you understand the potentials, you understand your socio-economic environment that you live in, then you stand a much better chance of getting through hard times. And hard times are coming. Hard times are already here, and they're going to get worse. Folks, Semper Fi means always faithful. It's the Marine Corps motto, and it's what I live by. Faithful to what you know, faithful to what you believe in your heart, faithful to your country. God bless America.